My bad. What up? What up? Welcome in everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday, I took a step backwards. We've been consistently going in the right direction. Yesterday was a hiccup. Celtics unserious. Celtics first half was a loser. Don't think they covered the full game either, but Celtics are starting to get annoying, in my opinion. Just play down the competition too often, and I don't know how many more times I'll be betting on them. I say that now, but when the series comes next series, I might actually have some money on them. But bad day yesterday. I think I've cashed after that 25 of the last 34. So still doing well, and we'll try to get back on track here today. Didn't touch any WNBA yesterday, but I do like the game today, like I mentioned. So before we get to it, and we will have Kyle come in in a few moments. I know he's not big on WNBA, so we'll get to that first. What up, Jose Perez? We got Delroy in here. He says, "How about my Mavs? Cast a trifecta. Glad that you cashed on that, and I'm rooting for the Mavs. I got a ticket for them to win the West. I just want them to get there. Just want them to get there." Ray D'Amico in the building. Appreciate you. Says he cashed his only play yesterday on the under Mavs and Thunder, and I was disappointed I didn't get there on that one. That was a nice, easy, smooth under. Been an under series. We'll see if that continues when they play again. And Ray says, please, he says, don't forget to hit that like button for the show. Appreciate you, Ray. Mark in the building says, only watched NBA yesterday, cash with both WNBA. Most relaxing evening in weeks. Yeah, that's always a good one. What's up, Jeff? Dan, what a great day in the W. Says 5-0 in the W. Easy money. Always love hearing that. Jeff sharing some MLB action there. What up, Bueno? Says money making Thursday. Let's go. UCapper says, are we going to guess Kyle's hat? Is that what we're doing? And now we get the guesses. 49ers hat, Mets hat. UCapper says, watch it be the Sacramento Kings. Leonard's ready to get to business. Let's see. We're going to talk about it in 1 second here, Derek. We're definitely going to talk about Liberty and Fever. Boofer says, F Boston had to bandwagon that Dallas first quarter to get my money back. Yeah, Dallas first quarter continues to cover every single game. A lot of people like that in the chat yesterday, so nice work. What up, JB Brown? Roney also had that under in the Mavs game, but lost on the Thunder. Yeah, a lot of people did like the Thunder. This is just the way to go in Celtics games, huh? Team total. Don't have to worry about anything else. They don't do nothing else, they're going to score. I think I like that. And he says, thanks to Tatum again. Guys already talking about some games. Yeah, Ben James, that Chicago Sky. I mean, I didn't bet it, but I was watching it because, I'm watching all the games, but I'm watching it like I had it. Like I really was liking the Sky. And they're up the whole game. Those last few minutes, though. And I said about Enrique, like she'll take some bad shots. She does a lot of things I do not like, but she's also very capable of scoring in bunches. So, interesting game. Glad that you cashed on that. And Matt Porter says Knicks hat for the closeout tomorrow. Boofer asking if he has a Fever hat. I doubt it. I highly doubt it'll be the Fever. And JB Brown reminding everybody to smash the like button. So appreciate that. And this I agree with. Wings without Sabali are suspect. I agree. UCapper says the Shields didn't want me to win. I'll take a push any day though. Push better than a loss. All right, let's get to a little bit of WNBA before Kyle does come in here. Only one game. Liberty and Fever, 601, 602. Opened up. Liberty minus 5.5. They're already at 8.5. Total open 173.5. And currently consensus is 169. So totals come down 4.5 points. Spread has gone up 3 points. Injury report. Let me just refresh. Nobody on there for the Liberty. And for this Fever team, Demiris Dantes still out. You have Caitlin Clark's first home game. I know she already played her first game, but first game at home, it's going to be, a crazy atmosphere as far as, everybody coming to watch. And everybody will be watching on TV once again. I think that last game versus Sun was the most watched game ever. So my first thought is or my first thoughts are in a game that they know everybody's going to watch. I think, they'll want it to be a higher scoring game. You want a lot of people to get more into the WNBA, etc. That's just how I view it. And I think that Clark has a better opportunity to go off in this game because it's no defenders like Carrington on that wing who are going to be hounding her. Like I said, like Sabrina and Vandersloot, Clark can have her way with either one of those. So unless Laney, is guarding her, maybe Laney can give her some problems. But if she's going against Sabrina and Sloot, she can eat all day. That's just in my mind. I think the Fever will continue to play with pace. I know that the Liberty invite pace, and that last game, I feel like the Liberty didn't play good at all. Like, I feel like they can play a lot better than that, and they still gave up what was it, like 80 to the Mystics, who I don't believe are a very good offensive team and don't really want to play with a whole lot of pace at all. So I'm just looking at this game. I disagree with the market. Like I said, open 173 is down to 169. It did drop even further than that. It dropped to 167 and a half. And that is where I bought in. I took first half 85 and a half. First half, a full game 167 and a half. And let me just see what the current numbers are for the first half. The best number you can get is 86 and a half, which I still would endorse. And full game 169. I think it's still too low. Yeah, I see this being an up-tempo game, lots and lots of points. Let's see what the chat is kind of feeling about that. And if I have to play a side, I would be going Liberty. No, I might even try to get there with the Fever in this game. I just the energy for their first home game, like I know they're gonna have a lot of effort. I know the talent difference, obviously, but New York, 2 road games to start the year. Didn't look great in that first one. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'll lean a little bit more towards Fever. Fever plus the 8.5 at this point. But I am on the total. I'm standing up straight with the total. All right. Ben James likes the Liberty. He got in at minus 6.5. Says now it's Brianna's time to welcome Caitlin. She has a target on her back coming into the league. Nobody wants to get shown up by the rookie. Let's see. JB Brown also liking the Liberty. Says veterans versus a young Fever team. Give me the veterans. And I can understand. I get it. Derek says Stewie bounce back game. She dropped 45 in one game against the Fever last year. Your Fever are not a good defensive team, just in general. So, like I said, I can see a lot of people going off tonight. KC in the building says she should cook Sabrina. Should go over her points tonight. I would agree. Like tonight is the night to bet the Caitlin props. Last game, I was saying no. Connecticut Sun are too good of a defensive team, and they got those defenders, like I said, like Carrington. So tonight though, different story. I'm in agreement with you, Casey. She could probably get her props. Assists, I think it was pretty low. It was like 4.5, and we just had it at it was either 6.5 or I think it was 6.5 last game or 5.5, something like that. So I think you could buy low after that first game. UCapper says Sloot looks like she's 40. Well, she's not gonna play any defense. She still can, organize the offense and do stuff like that. But yeah, it's not loving seeing her. This man, I was absolutely love that Sky team. Um, what was it? 20? I forget. They were together for a while, but I can remember the best. It would be like the finals whenever these two teams would play the Sky and the Aces, and Sloot had that offense looking great. I hate to see this right here. Let's see a couple more comments. Meyer says, "Does the WNBA have a Scott Foster equivalent?" I haven't really gotten too much into the referees in the WNBA. I don't. If they do, I haven't noticed it. Bueno agrees to little or no defense in this game, like first half and full game over. He's in agreement. CU Cover says if Laney guards Caitlin, look to Kelsey if she's closer to 100%. And she's absolutely a bucket. I agree with that. She can get hers. Appreciate you, Robert. Dan says Fever like to run first half over seems legit, and quarter one Liberty minus 2.5. UCapper likes the Fever in the over. Derek agrees on that first half over. Let's see. Yeah, Liberty bench is suffering without Johannes. Absolutely. She does bring pace too. Like that's a big miss for them this year. Ray's in agreement, likes over the total, says 3-pointers will be flying tonight. Yeah, Sloot and Candace. I hear you on that. Hello, Mickey. Let's see a couple more. Jess Brando says Ski 30 on that total. I like it, man. I'm in disagreement with the market here. People want to push it down. I'll go ahead and buy low. I'll do it. Tariq likes that first half and full game over. Also looking at the Fever Plus. Ben James says Fever played Liberty tough in first half. Can always look at live opportunities with the Liberty. Yeah, if the Liberty are, if you get a nicer price on the Liberty, I'll be right there looking to fire. I think they can still win the game, even win by a few possessions or a couple possessions, but I just don't want to expect them to win by like double digits here tonight. They can, but I just don't want to expect them to. Pretentious Prodigy, appreciate you, says hit the like button for Skee. And Mark likes that look on first half full game. So that's the WNBA game. We might not get Mr. Kyle. Maybe I know he has a spot or something he was doing right before the show. I was just hoping I can get him on. So we'll move over to NBA, and that looks like 525, 526 Nuggets and Wolves. Wolves opened as a 2.5 point favorite. Looks like -2 right now, and the total hasn't had much movement, sitting at 205. Let me switch over to NBA for these lineups. And for the Nuggets, we have Jamal Murray, questionable once again. Same can be said for Mike Conley. Conley is a big deal in my opinion, as far as keeping the offense organized and just giving another ball handler like Denver. They're gonna make life hard for Anthony Edwards once again, and try to force everybody else to beat them. I guess I'm not sure that I trust everybody else. I do think that Minnesota's defense, I want to trust them, but Joker's kind of showing us that they got nothing for him. Joker's the MVP, so at this point, I feel like what's that? Is it a meme or a gift? Like a meme or a gift? Like with Bart Simpson doing the standards on the board, on the chalkboard. I will not bet against the Nuggets. I will not bet against the Nuggets. Like I'm just at this point, I'm not doing it. So I want to think that Minnesota can get there. Maybe the better bet is just to bet on Anthony Edwards. Whether it's his point prop, 3-point prop, I think he'll go out swinging. That's just kind of person I believe him to be. And the total, I'm sorry, but I don't feel very strong about it. I'll say when I see Denver with these low totals, I feel like they've all been going over. Um, very, even though they don't play the fastest, very efficient on offense, and it's just tough for me to bet those ones under. So lean over. Don't really want to bet aside. This is not a game I'm gonna have my money on. The game where I mentioned that I in a big spot, it is for tomorrow, and I'm still thinking about it. Still thinking about it. One box is unchecked. I said I want to check on my boxes. One box is unchecked. Let's see what you guys think about this. Matt says, who has the better defense? Minnesota, but I mean, Minnesota doesn't have the better offense. And they're both good defenses. So maybe the good defense can still hold down the less potent offense. If that's kind of what you're saying there or hinting at. Hit the Couture say, what's going on? Appreciate you. Oh, Prop Beaver's holding them hostage. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. And Booper says Kyle's too big time for Ski Show now. S. Dot likes a Wolves trifecta and the under. And he likes endpoints. So that's not going hard in this game. He feels pretty strong about it. Delroy says might be square, but he likes the Nuggets. So does Derek. ZB Miami says best comment I heard today. Rudy Gobert better not be guarding Joker. Rudy's too soft, man. He would just be getting gifted Defensive Player of the Year for nothing. As an AD fan, that's probably an AD fan talking, but I'm just saying, man, it's Rudy. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it at that. JB Brown likes Nuggets first half team total, full game over, and Nuggets plus 2.5. He says this shit is over, especially if Conley's out. Yeah, I don't like Minnesota without Conley. Bueno says, why is Minnesota favored? Is it a trap? I mean, they're at home in a desperate situation. They're the team that's expected to come out with the best effort and energy and to win. Minnesota, what they lost 3 in a row. I don't think we've seen them lose 3 in a row all year. Or if they did, they didn't lose more than 3. So Minnesota's not dead quite yet. I mean, I'm not by any means, thinking that Denver's just gonna run all over them. Denver is good enough to, but I'm not sure that they will. And we got Kyle in it, but what up, Kyle?
Yo, what's up, man? Sorry I'm late. The call took a little long. Let's see.
No.
Virtual background. I have a green screen. Let's go bricks.
Is that what you're expecting to see tonight in the game? A lot of bricks?
Oh, man. Did you go already?
I did, but I'm going to be honest. I don't feel strong about the game. It's just at this point, but I'm not betting against the Nuggets.
I am. All right,
I'm not mad at it.
Okay, so, all right, so I would assume you gave some points on why you should bet Denver already. Obviously, I didn't catch it. I'm just arriving. But I feel like those points are pretty, like we all know, because they dominated 3 games in a row and the offense looks unstoppable. Completely fair. Now, here's the thing. What does this look strikingly similar to, Skee? Game 5 Knicks Pacers. When Team A took the first 2 games, then Team B completely took over. Then we're entering Game 5. The series looks over. I mean, this is Game 6, but I'm comparing it to that game
I get it.
Where, in my opinion, that's why when I saw your tweet on the Knicks, I was like, God damn it, good pick, man. Because if I couldn't get to the Knicks, so does it not feel a little bit similar to that, where the Nuggets are in complete control? The eye test, if you've watched this series, is Denver has their number and this series is over, but now they're back at home. And there's one thing that if you're looking for numbers to back it, obviously there's going to be a lot of numbers that support a Denver bet here. They've been so dominant. But in the last 3 games, the wide open shots, 6 feet or more of space, Minnesota shooting 23%, Denver shooting 48%. So Team A is drilling their wide open shots and Team B isn't. So that could be something we see swing. I'm just going to bet on the home team to get it together. I really hope Karl-Anthony Towns is healthy. I know he's a little hobbled. I'm rolling with the same to see the same thing in this game that we saw in the Knicks Pacers, which is a team that we considered to be dead, that everyone considered to be dead, show up when they needed it and control the game like we know Minnesota's capable of. So I'm on Minnesota. I also would lean Denver team total under. Backing on the defense to I know everyone hates those, but I the only one I actually bet is Minnesota -2. That's what I'm actually holding.
And I'm not mad at it. It's a desperation spot. The only thing I'll say is, what the hell can we do with Joker? Like, what more adjustments can Minnesota make? I just feel like Joker's plays too smart. He's too good. And Rudy has no chance in my opinion. I'm done with Rudy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's unfortunate for Gobert because I'm usually something of a Gobert defender, kind of. I'm not like a Rudy Gobert fan, but I think he takes way too much. This guy was on the Utah Jazz. They were the number 1 seed with the number 1 interior defense. He leaves, goes to Minnesota. All of a sudden, they have the number 1 interior defense, and they're battling for the 1 seed. A lot of people get obsessed with block shots, which is why people are like, how does Wemby not win DPOI instead of Gobert? But they don't look at, what's way better than a block shot? An altered missed field goal inside, because you usually get the rebound. A block shot usually goes out of bounds and they retain the possession. So being the cause of bad shooting on the inside is the best thing you can do as an interior defender, even better than blocking shots, which is what he does. So I like Gobert. That being said, the reason I brought that up it's unfortunate that the best player in the league, the player that everyone's going to be watching his matchup with Gobert, has his number. It's really unfortunate for him because you know how NBA media is and people that follow the NBA. It's 90% yapping and 10% actually watching the games. And there's a lot of those 90% yapping folks. This will be like the only Rudy Gobert games they watch all year. They're not watching Rudy Gobert dominate like the Oklahoma City in November. They're not watching that. They're watching this right now, and then they're going to Twitter and be like, Gobert sucks. I told you he's not good at my 2K franchise. And, you know, like that's just how it is in the NBA.
There's a comment here, and I know you asked the question. Kyle says, the difference is the Knicks won their home games. I'll say this. I've been watching NBA a long time, pretty much since I've been alive. And since I've been alive, I don't think I've ever seen a team lose the first 2 games and then win 4 in a row. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Teams that have won 3 games in a row in a playoff series since 2004 are 5-11 in the 4th game since 2000. So that could be a 3-0, that could be a 3-1, that could be a 3-2. But teams that have won 3 games in a row in a series are 5-11 in the last 16 instances. I'm not betting based on that. It's just if you're looking for something.
Yeah, I would ask the people who are asking why is Minnesota favored. I would ask, Denver has won 3 in a row.
Why were the Knicks favored after getting beat by 50 points? Missing their whole team. Why were they favored?
I would love to see Minnesota win. I really would. I'm rooting for Minnesota. I'll say that. So I'm rooting for you tonight.
I'm getting more confident as I talk about it. They're about to.
All I can say is Denver has cost me a lot of money, and I think it's just I made the decision that I'm going to sit it out. If I'm not betting Denver, I'm not betting the side in that game. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Did you touch the total?
No, but my thought is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but every time I see the Nuggets with these low totals, I just feel like there are a lot of overs.
I thought this was an under series. I did lose an under bet at some point here. So I really have no feel for the total here. I think it's an under series, but I in the last game, I took Denver in game 5. So I took Denver in game 5, and my lean as an additional bet was Minnesota team total under 101.5. So that's the way I went last game, and I feel that same way here. That I'm going Minnesota, and if I was to place an additional bet, it would be Denver team total under 101.5. And because let's not pretend like we didn't just see Jokic really struggle for 2 straight games against this team. I mean, I know that for the last 3 games it hasn't been like that, but in the first 2, Denver was the worst offense in the playoffs. So it's not like it's not like we can't even fathom seeing it. We did just see it.
Well, I'll be watching, that's for sure. I got my money on the WNBA tonight. That's where I put my money.
What am I betting? I'll tell you.
Let's do like this. We'll go to best bets really quick in the show. Quick and easy. Only one game in NBA and WNBA, and I'll go first. For once, I'll go first. My best bet is New York and Indiana first half over. Like I said, I bet it when it came all the way down to 85.5. The current line 86.5 you can get. I still endorse. That's my best bet for the show. And like I said, and for you, Kyle, since you missed it, I'm doubling the first half in full game.
If it's limited to NBA or WNBA, then Minnesota. Because
no, whatever you want.
Oh, I like the Rays tonight. I got the Rays at -108. I think. Hold on one sec. I wasn't really prepared to talk about the Rays. Let me pull it up. So Cooper Criswell has some really nice numbers, but so he might shut down the Rays lineup. But I think Littell's going to throw a gem. The Rays bullpen, which has gotten branded as being this awful bullpen because they got off to such a terrible start, they've actually been coming around. And they should have all their high leverage arms available. I got it at -108 last night. I think people are going to look at Criswell versus Littell and think Boston has this huge starting pitching advantage. I think it's about even. And Boston, usually a lineup that dominates at home in Fenway, they've actually been a bottom 10 lineup at home this year. So I think Tampa's got the edge across the board, and we're getting it out of Pick'em. I expect most of the people to be coming in on Boston, and I completely disagree. So I think the Rays money line or Rays first 5 if you're scared of the bullpen. I like them both, but I've Rays money line is actually the biggest bet I have down right now.
Damn, I need to Well, I am going to catch up when it's All-Star break, but Rays used to have a good bullpen. Their bullpen sucks now.
It was great last year. It got off after a month into the season. They were dead last, 30th, in like bullpen ERA, bullpen WHIP, all that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is it's starting to come around, but everyone hasn't caught up yet. People are like, oh, the Rays bullpen's trash. But actually, in the last 14 days, they're like 13th. They're starting to come around a little bit. So I think we can get some value there.
Good stuff. And like I said, after All-Star break, I'll jump in on some MLB with you. Looking forward to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
And appreciate you joining the show, taking the time. Appreciate you guys in the chat. So until next time, catch you guys later. Best of luck if you tell. Good luck on all your action. Peace.